Dr. Baird joins us now, and as well as Krista Chow stayed with us here on the segment. We really wanted to talk about the pre-primary program here. Your pre-primary student, Dr. Baird, basically deals with the middle school students, and we'll get to you in just a little bit. But let's first talk about the pre-primary program. For those that are not familiar with Sea Pines Montessori Academy and what that offers, what that brings to the table, let's talk about some of the differences there.
Okay. Well, the pre-primary program at Sea Pines Montessori School starts at 18 months to 3-year-olds. And a lot of times when these children come in, this is their first experience away from mom and dad, their first experience in any social situation. So the main thing that we really work on with them is social and emotional skills. And that can be anything from them feeling confident in the classroom and making sure that they have a really good routine in the classroom. It's really the routine that finds their comfort with what they're doing. Like when we come in, when the children are coming in, they can choose work. And then at a certain time, they can have snack. And then at a certain time, we do line time. So it's that whole routine that they really become accustomed to and that they find comfort in that. Emotionally, like I said before, they've never been away from mom and dad. So
it's a tough time.
It's a tough time for them. It's a tough time for mom and dad, too, because they're very worried about their children. So when the children come in, they're starting to make friends. They're learning how to sit together in a group. They're learning to eat lunch together. They're learning grace and courtesy. They're learning to take care of themselves and the classroom. And those are very important things for that pre-primary child because it builds their confidence. And that confidence is what really drives them to succeed in exploring the room and going further into work with the materials. And so we do really work on that with the children.
Let's talk about some of those materials because I think that is so cool. When you took me originally on a tour, it was so neat, and you're so encouraged. Please, just take the time to observe the classroom and watch these little ones work, and with these materials, it's really something to see.
You have to show us.
Well, the fun part about it is that children will come in and they'll choose the work, and to adults, it may not seem like it's a purposeful work. You'd be like, well, what they've been doing this ball work for 10 minutes. What's so big about that? But the child is internalizing the work, and it's purposeful to that child. But this is a Montessori material, and really basically what it is the child finding the ball and just placing it in there, and it comes out. So that child is remembering that ball is going to show up again.
And they may do that for...
They may do it for 10 minutes. And a lot of children will do this and possibly come back to it later.
Okay.
So
that's teaching them more, like you said, memory?
Yeah, object permanence. That they know that it's going in some place that they can't see, but it's coming out.
And it's coming out. Interesting. Okay, what's this one?
This is so beautiful.
This is a knob cylinder. And in this materials, they are learning size discrimination. So they are exploring the sizes. And this is all wood, so it feels really nice to them. And they're looking, they're exploring. I won't go through the whole thing because...
I love how careful you are.
You are very patient.
You are so careful.
Now,
I feel it's like the Zen moment.
Yes.
And the children we give them lessons and we model for the children. As teachers in the classroom, that's what we do. We model for the children. We don't talk loud. We don't run. We speak softly to the children when we're showing them materials, and we take care of the environment just as what we would like for them to do also.
Wow.
So even when you were picking this up so carefully, and I saw you just so gently, So that's really also working on, I know,
It's your fine motor
skills
development, and this is also this would be considered a pre-writing skill also, because the child is gripping, and later on when he goes up to the primary program, he's going to be gripping a pencil.
So when someone may think, wow, I mean, I have a child that's 18 months old, and so this is really developing those skills that early.
Yes.
It's starting to strengthen those muscles.
Exactly.
Now, Dr. Baird, there's some similarities, I think, between, even though we wouldn't think that at first glance, but there's similarities between things that the pre-primary students experience and some of the middle school students experience as well.
Absolutely. Brain development-wise, both of these are great times of growth of the brain and growth of the body as well. The young child as well as the teenager are going through large growth spurts. Their hands, their feet, they lose their coordination and they need to build that back. They're also developing their frontal lobes of their brain, and so when they are doing the work, they often don't think through the consequences of their actions. We see a lot of tantrums. But going back to what Mrs. Shao said, this routine of the classroom, the helpful for the social and emotional development of these children in the Montessori method are what really help them grow and develop into healthy adults.
And you've had the middle school program here for 2 years now, correct?
We're in our second year.
And so it's got to be interesting to see how the kids are adapting to the whole Montessori environment at that age too.
And to watch them, I know, Mrs. Chouse has had some of these students and has seen them go all the way through to 8th grade, and to see how the things that they even learned in the pre-primary program have really benefited them even all the way through into 8th grade.
Absolutely. And the children, when they get to my age, they don't use the materials anymore. In fact, they've used the materials, they develop a mental picture of they've learned how to write, they've learned how to hold their pencils, and so it all helps into their academic skills.
There is so much
They're
here.
taking their SATs and
Yeah,
there they are.
seriously. In 7th grade,
They
you
are.
have SAT.
They are
I
taking
mean,
yes, they
amazing,
are.
amazing things. And again, you all have Tuesday tours.
Yes.
So make your appointments with
Yes,
Shannon.
Tuesday at 9:30. Please call and make an appointment. And please know that if you'd like to make a special appointment with Dr. Baird to learn more about the middle school, or make a special appointment to talk to Mrs. Chouse about the pre-primary program, we can make arrangements for that. If you'd like to talk with a teacher.
It's so worth coming out and observing the classrooms, the way you have it set up, and the parents can really take a look at what's happening here, and it's just amazing. I love it. So thank you all very much. And thank you for watching Lowcountry Child. We've got more here on WHHI coming up, including Lines on Design coming up next. Thanks again for watching.